Well, I remember it because, first of all, it was the first murder case I ever worked on because I'd just gone to homicide when this happened. And I wasn't the primary detective, but I was with them working the case and running around digging a lot of stuff. And of course, this was a big case because an innocent child killed. They pull out all the stops for a case like that. And this girl didn't do anything to get herself killed. I mean, she wasn't gangbanging or anything like that. So we worked really hard, and we had a couple of people in mind with this case, and we're looking at them. But this guy is, to my knowledge, his name never came up. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember the name. Of course, he looks different now because he would have been in his 20s when this happened. But I don't know how, unless he just came across her. But the thing about these cases, they never go away. And I have talked to somebody about this case every year since it happened. I mean, I've done 3 or 4 podcasts about this case. I've talked to the detectives when it went to the cold case unit. A couple of my old partners were in cold case. I said, pull this out. And matter of fact, one of my old partners who was in there pulled it out and found the guy that we thought might have done it, and actually got a DNA sample from him, which cleared him. It wasn't to show it wasn't him. So I mean, DNA convicts the guilty, but also exonerates the innocent. And so it's just one of those cases that sticks with you your whole career.
Do you feel some sort of sense of relief?
Oh yeah, man. I got a text last night from a friend who said, "Did you hear they made an arrest in the Tanya Frazier case?" I said, "I haven't heard anything." And then this morning I saw the reports of it. So, oh, they did. They actually made an arrest. So, yeah.
Hard work pays off.
Yeah. Well, it never give up. It never goes away. And because of the advances in forensic science, all these cases of 30, 40, 50 years ago are dropping like flies. And before, to have a 50-year-old case solved was really an anomaly, but it's not. It's routine now, because forensic science has advanced more in the last 5 or 10 years than it did in the previous 50. So I mean, when this happened, for DNA, you needed a biological sample about the size of a quarter to get a DNA comparison. Now you need 1 or 2 cells. So I mean, and there was no way to recover touch. You didn't even know the term touch DNA back then, but now we do, and you can get stuff off clothing or whatever. And there are different ways to get it, like with the MVAC, wet vacuum DNA system, which I don't know for a fact they're using this, but they may have, which is 1,400 times more reliable to get that than cutting and swabbing the old way. And so it's just, all these cases are dropping like flies.
What were the circumstances? Because I know she was found not far from where she was last
right.
week. I mean, did witnesses say was she picked up?
I don't think anybody saw that. She walked out the doors and just disappeared. And I didn't have any knowledge of this case till her body was found. Right, they get called to a scene. She was on just in Montlake area. Highland Avenue comes down, Highland Street comes down, right near where it connects. I think that's 24th there, or maybe it's Montlake Avenue. And there's a grassy area or a wooded area between the 2 streets, and she was kind of down this embankment. Yeah, like she was dumped there. She was mostly nude. I remember she had a handprint on her right thigh. It looked like a bloody handprint. 4 fingers you could see for clear, but there were no ridge details or anything on her leg. And then a few weeks later, her clothing was found all dry and like it had just been put there out by the West Seattle golf course. So that was a big thing with this white. He kept the clothing for a while and put it out there. I don't think I had DNA of that, or if they redid, because the type of DNA they did at the time was called RFLP, which is not compatible with CODIS and stuff now. It's STR. So they would have had to do it all over again. And I don't know if they got out the clothing or if they just redid the samples that they had at the scene, because we had DNA at the time, but it was, yeah. I worked hundreds and hundreds of murders, hundreds of them. And everything from the gangbanger on the corner to serial murderers. So it's really hard to pick one out that matches it. But this is, like I said, this is a case that stuck with me and all the other guys that worked on it since the day it happened, or the day she was found 31 years ago.
We're glad to see that they...
Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad for the family can finally find out who the son of a bitch was that did this. Like I said before, there's no closure for families in this. That's a overused term of closure. You never have closure. She'll be gone forever, and the families will always mourn for her. But there is that piece of satisfaction knowing what happened or who did it, and that person being held responsible.